Hey guys, welcome to our Shadows of Evil Shadowman Easter Egg compilation guide. You want to know how to save the world? We're going to give it to you step by step. Let's jump right in. Step number 1, opening the archway. Yes, this archway, there is a way to open it. We're going to take a look at how here. We're just going to go into beast mode, and there are a bunch of symbols located on the archway. There are a total of 9 symbols. You have to zap 3 of them with your electric attack while you're in beast mode. There are 504 combinations of 3 symbols, and it's different every game. So, how do we know what symbols to zap? Where you find the symbols are indicated at the train station. See this map? See the question marks? The question marks indicate open windows that glow red. That will indicate the appropriate symbols to zap on the archway. Now you can only properly see the symbols while you're riding on the train. We're leaving the canal area. We're going to look on the left side of the train, and there is our first symbol. You want to make sure you write that down, so have a notepad and a pen handy. Since we're traveling to Footlight, our second symbol is going to appear on the right-hand side through another open window, glowing red, and there is our second symbol that we need to zap on the archway. Here we are taking another train ride back to the waterfront. It's going to be on our left-hand side as we approach a station, and that is our third and final symbol. Now we got to go do the zappy zappy. Okay, back down at the archway. We're in beast mode, and we're going to zap with your L2 or left trigger the 3 symbols that we saw while we were riding the train. That's number 2. Here's number 3, and the archway disappears. Yes, Hyper, do your spinny dance. Ooh, those look like swords. And when you go up to it, it says hold square to pick up the Apothicon egg. Okay. Alright, so let's pick up our Apothicon egg. It will show up in our inventory under special items right beside the fumigator. And what do we do now? Well, we have to charge the Apothicon egg using the 4 kind of Margwa-like or Apothicon-like statues that are located around the map. Oh, hey, here's the first one right here. Look at that. Hold square to place the Apothicon egg. What it basically is a soul box, and you have to place it. You have to kill, I think, approximately 15 zombies yourself, so it has to be your kills that fill your Apothicon egg with zombie souls, and then you move on to the next statue. So I'm actually going to start filling mine up by the waterfront. This is the statue located closest to the perk machine. So you just place it, get a bunch of kills, like I said, around 15 zombies, and then it should complete, and you can pick it up again. You can't pick it up, and there's a Margwa, great. You can't pick it up until it's full. Here I am at the second statue location that I'm using. It's over by the Footlight station. It's sort of underneath where the perk is before you actually get into the Footlight station to go to the burlesque, and there we go. So, we have 2 charges now. My third location is over at Canals. What I would suggest, I mean, if you're running 4-player, I mean, you could all put your egg on the same place and just run all the zombies, and, you know, whoever gets killed fills their egg. But, you know what? Strategy-wise, pick a different spot for each player. Wait until each player is done before moving on. And once your egg is done, don't kill any more zombies. Round them up for the other guys. And here I am back down in our little happy place. I'm filling up the last quarter of my egg. This is where we started. And we're going to be nice and close. Once it's done, we're going to be very, very close to the archway because we have to give it back. What? No. We're going to exchange it for something. So let's give our egg back and see what happens. There it is in our inventory. It is solid blue. So we're going to place the Apothicon egg. And it's actually going to go directly into the sword. Somebody, who grabbed the sword? Who already grabbed the sword, damn it? Alright, so we're going to place it in and grab our Apothicon sword. Oh yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. So now we got a sword. During our individual step videos, we showed a little bit about the sword. We're not going to do that here. We're just going to move on to the next part, which is going and accepting or taking the arch-ovum. The arch-ovum is another egg that the ghosts are going to give you, the keeper ghosts that are at the ritual sites. They're going to give you this arch-ovum. See, they're helping you. They're helping us. What? Really? Right? Okay, so there he is, and there's the arch-ovum. Now we can accept the arch-ovum. It doesn't do anything to our sword, but we got to charge these things up again. Like I said, there is one for each ritual location, and I believe it has to be at your ritual site appropriate to your character. So I am the magician, so I am at the magician's ritual location, and there is the arch-ovum egg in our inventory. Here is the second arch-ovum at the brothel, and the character who is the police officer is going to pick that one up. And in the boxing gym for the boxer, take your arch-ovum, sir. See, this is meant for another, right? Right? Someone else? It's meant for somebody else, not you. It's for the boxer. And the fourth and final arch-ovum here in the burlesque for Jessica Rose, who happens to be Hydra. So now that we have the arch-ovums, what do? Well, there are 4 locations around the map. You can see right there. See how the red light's kind of coming off those symbols on the ground? There are 4 of those located around the map. One basically in front of each of the ritual site locations. This one's for the magician site down Easy Street. And you can see, look at that. Hold square to place the arch-ovum. Well, we have to charge our arch-ovums several times, 4 times in fact, similarly to how we did with the original egg before we got the sword. And we're just going to go down here and I'll show you another location in front of the gym, and this is where we're going to start. So we're going to stand here over top the symbols. We're going to hold square to place the arch-ovum, and a Margwa appears. Great! So the Margwa will only go after the character who placed the arch-ovum. You'll get an insta charge on your sword, and if you deplete your sword, you can come back and stand on the symbols again, and it will recharge your sword fairly quickly. So all you gotta do is kill the Margwa, but that only gives you a quarter charge. Again, similar to how we charged the other egg, we got to do this 4 times at the 4 different locations per character. So every character has to charge their arch-ovum 4 times. The first time starting here at the waterfront, and it's only one Margwa. You're going to see why I make special consideration for it only being one Margwa here in a second. And here is Hyper. He's going to activate his and place his arch-ovum. There is another Margwa, and we would just have to kill it. So again, all 4 characters have to do this. Now, I think the intent is for you to only be able to do this once per round. We're doing our second charge here. We happen to be in front of Easy Street in the junction, and you get 2 Margwas. So the first time you charge the arch-ovum or place it, you get 1 Margwa that spawns in for that character. The remaining times, the second, third, and fourth, you get 2. Like I said, I think it's kind of glitchy because we've actually been able to do 2 charges in a single round per character at one point, but I think it's intended that you can only do 1 per round. So you gotta go to the next round, do your next charge, place your next arch-ovum on the next location. Here we are over in front of the burlesque, and I actually skipped Canal. Why did I skip Canal? Anyways, you have to do it over Canal as well, okay? There's one directly in front of the stairs, the symbol location, and the arch-ovum location directly in front of the stairs of the Ruby Rabbit, okay? So that's in the canal area. We're over here in the burlesque, and once we kill these 2 Margwas, then my egg, my arch-ovum egg, will be fully charged, and we can go and give it back to the guys at the ritual locations. There you go, Margwa's dead, and our egg is fully charged. So now we gotta return to the ritual locations, and we're gonna give the keeper our swords, and he's gonna upgrade it. He's gonna use the arch-ovum, he's gonna take our apothecon sword, and he's gonna upgrade it and give us the reborn sword. Oh yeah, the reborn sword's pretty amazing. Now remember, each of the characters has to do this, alright? There are 4 locations, 4 ritual sites. If you're playing with 4 characters, I mean, if you're playing with less, obviously less, but that's it. So we got the reborn sword. Now remember, I'm not showing it at all 4 locations. Just remember, you gotta go to each of the ritual sites. Now we have to activate this book. See that book on the floor right below me? I'm gonna walk up to the bookshelf. It's right under me, essentially. That book does not exist normally before this point in the game, so you might have noticed that it wasn't there. There's the book on the floor right there. We're gonna go up to that book, and we're gonna hit square, and the book's just gonna float up in the air, and that's going to enable us to start running and charging the flags. This is actually footage from one of the first times that we activated the book, and we're still thinking it was on the bookshelf, but it was definitely on the floor. There it is. It's floating in the air. So now let's go find our flag. So if we go down to the happy place, we're gonna see something that we haven't seen down here previously, and it's directly underneath this little figure. So it's a purple flag, and it's smoking and glowing purple. It doesn't give you an indicator, but if you hold square, you'll actually pick it up. So Hyper is the one that's going to be picking up the flag. There he is. He's going to drop it onto that purple location right to my left. And we just got to protect it from damage. You've got all kinds of wraps coming in. You've got the bugs. These guys are just, you know, trying to damage your flag. If they damage the flag enough, it resets and you got to start all over again. I mean, you can do it within the same round. The flag just returns back down below, and you have to get it and come bring it back up and charge it twice again. So protect the flag. Don't let it get damaged. The Shadowman will spawn in, but he doesn't do anything. I think there was a school of thought saying that, you know, possibly the Shadowman would try and do damage to the flag, but we've never had that happen. We don't usually shoot him. We just let him be. I'm not sure if he's actually helping to charge it, but regardless. So protect the flag from damage from the wraps and the parasites, and then once it's done, you'll hear a ding. You can pick it up, drop it on the second location. Again, same thing. It dings, you pick it up, and you have to deliver it to the ritual spot. Okay? So we're doing this one in the junction. We're going to bring it up to the magician's location or his ritual spot. Then we're going to go to, it doesn't matter what order, whether it's canal, the footlight, waterfront, you got to do all 3 of those other areas. So all 4 areas, and deliver the flags to all 4 ritual location sites. Now it does get pretty chaotic. Here we are bringing it up to the site. Hyper's got it. He's going to, you know, once you walk in the room, it auto-places the flag. The flag just drops down on its own. And don't forget, max ammos do spawn, and you do get a Margwa that spawns in after you drop each flag. So take care of those guys. Get to the end of the round, and the next round you can run another flag. There's the Margwa right there. We're not showing you all of them. Just remember, you have to charge each flag on 2 of those purple locations and deliver them to the ritual sites. This is our final run here. We're down at the waterfront. We've got the flag. We're dropping it off. The Margwa spawns in, or he will spawn in. Don't forget about the max ammo. I think I forgot about the max ammo once, and guys gave me hell. Okay? And we're done. Sweet! We're done. So now what? What do we do? So the flags are all charged. Well, some stuff has changed down in the happy place, and it's time to take care of that pesky little Shadowman. So you'll notice when we're down by the Pack-a-Punch, there's some interesting things happening other than Jessica Rose. We've got 4 keepers down here. What the heck? So every time you charged up the flag and delivered it to the ritual location, one of these keepers would appear in front of one of these little pods where the worms are, right? Okay, these guys are helping us. These guys are helping us. We got to take down the Shadowman. So all we're going to do is walk up to these guys and hit square. It can be one player that hits them all. It doesn't have to be one player each. But obviously, it kind of makes sense when there are 4 players. Have all 4 players in here, and the Shadowman's going to appear. He's going to appear in a shield. The keepers are going to help us. When we hit square on them, we essentially gave them our swords, even though we still have the indicator that we have our specialist sword ability. We don't. They actually have their swords, and they're going to use it to break down the Shadowman shields. Watch. They're going to zap it, and from here, you have to shoot the Shadowman. The Shadowman will just keep moving around. Once you shoot him, he'll keep moving around. I sort of failed on this first attempt, because if you don't shoot him fast enough, he just reappears back inside his shield, and then you have Margwas that start appearing, okay? So if that happens to you, you gotta reset. He resets back into his shield. Don't do what we're doing here, because that's the first time we were doing it. The second time, we weren't aware. Take care of the Margwa, and then try it again. Start over again, all right? So that's what we're gonna do right here. So here's our second attempt at doing it. We're going to go up and we're going to activate the keepers. Remember, you know, if you have a ray gun, the upgraded ray gun is pretty awesome for taking this guy out, okay? So you shoot him, he moves over, sometimes left, sometimes right, but he'll generally move towards the altar. Make sure that, you know, we have 2 players back here, 2 players up towards the altar. Make sure you have a player at the altar who, once Shadowman gets directly over top, you can actually hit square on the altar, because that'll complete it. And that's basically destroying the Shadowman, and then in his place, this giant worm will appear. Oh my god, the worm! And then the worm will disappear, and then it'll reappear above, upstairs in the junction. And then we have the unlimited Margwa beast mode round that happens here, right? Everything goes all wonky. We have these things that are for cleansing. We will get blighted, I guess. And then we have these Margwas that spawn in, and they have, you know, they glow purple instead of yellow. All right, so we got one little step left. Just one little step. Well, guys, this is it. This is the last step to the Easter egg, the finale. Okay, so the worm disappeared, yes, and we have this blight. We have these green cleansing orbs that once you get blighted, go in the orb. Now, not really a good idea to stay in human form. Look at the pedestals where we actually turn into beast mode. They're now glowing. It's like a purplish blue. And these Margwas, I mean, their mouths or their eyes or whatever. I mean, maybe it doubles as a mouth and an eye. I don't know. It's purple now. It's not yellow when they open up, right? It's purple. This is what we call infinite beast mode. And you're going to see us, we didn't know what the heck we were doing, right? We're like, what's going on? We got all these Margwas and we're getting blighted and, you know, we can cleanse. So we eventually do go up top. And like I said, you want to be in beast mode. When you get blighted in human mode, yeah, that's not good because it will kill you. If you don't cleanse, it will kill you. And there's another cleansing thing in the canal, right? So, and then these purple symbols are all over the place. And if you walk on them, they do hurt you, but then they disappear. So I thought originally, okay, well, maybe we have to hit them all. We have to make sure they all disappear. But if you go over to the Footlight District, there's one that is underneath a car that you can't get to. Right? So I'm like, well, what the hell? You can't get to it in beast mode. You can't get to it in human mode. And here I'm staying in human mode for a long time because I don't really realize, well, this mode is essentially made for beast mode, okay? So we will get into beast mode, but like I said, I'm busy jumping over all these symbols. So what we eventually figure out is you want to be in beast mode, and you'll see the beast mode. Look at that bar, that meter that's at the bottom. You can be in beast mode for a very, very long time, okay? So this, you know, this part of the Easter egg, they want you to be in beast mode. They want you to be in beast mode. The Margwas can't really do much to you. They do attack you, and I think what happens when they do hit you, I think they start dropping your meter down a little bit. I mean, it's not much. What will really drop your meter down are the blights. So if you get blighted, and you can see I just got slammed by the Margwa, so I dropped a fair bit, okay? The blights, if you're blighted and you don't cleanse, that will drop your meter down significantly. Like, it'll take it down half. So you have to, I mean, you want to cleanse. The thing is, if you don't cleanse and let's say your meter runs out, you're going to spawn back at the spot where you went into beast mode, and your beast mode should be there again to reactivate. However, they do go away, okay? We have seen some that are red. That means the beast mode is not available there. How you get that to reset is you kill some of the Margwas. The Margwas, I think there are 4 of them. As you kill them, they will sort of reset those pedestals where you turn into the beast mode. So I think when we were first doing this, it was like, you know, we kept going on beast mode and we were looking for the next available beast mode that we can until we realized, okay, yeah, killing the Margwas, it looks like, okay, these ones are resetting. You kill enough Margwas, you eventually reset them all, and then you carry on with trying to figure out what the heck's going on. A couple other things to note: if you hold circle, yes, you can get exit beast mode normally, like when you play it or you're in beast mode normally. You can also revive. I mean, you can revive a lot quicker, but as soon as you revive, you're out of beast mode. I haven't really paid attention to that. I mean, we've revived a couple times in beast mode, but my beast mode was down, you know, almost to the end already, so didn't really realize that it was actually kicking you out of beast mode on a revive, so you can do that. One other thing that happens that really, really hurt the whole Easter egg discovery on this part is that eventually the game will glitch. If you're in this mode, I mean, you can keep looking around, and I mean, the first night we did this and we're in this infinite beast round, and you notice there's no round counter, right? It's not technically a round, so it just keeps going forever. You kill Margwas and they keep respawning. Well, eventually people's games will crash. You'll get invalid model errors. You'll be missing the meter, like it'll be blocking your meter at the bottom of the screen. If you go to the pause menu, you can't come back. It'll be your screen will turn white. That happened to Hydra. And then on this last night, essentially when we're finishing this part of it, Hyper's game started crashing. Like, he was getting invalid model, and that's where we started. Okay, you know what? Because somebody had already succeeded at completing the Easter egg probably an hour, well, I guess maybe an hour into our live stream last night when we were going to try and attempt it, and we were trying to record all the commentary, right? So they had solved it, and we're like, you know, we want to try and figure it out. But then Hyper started getting this error invalid model. And at that point, I'm like, you know what? We're just going to ask for hints. Because I don't want to sit here and, you know, in 15 minutes, maybe we only had 15 minutes or half an hour before Hyper's game would crash, and then we'd have to start all over again and spend 3 hours getting back to this point. So it's really, really unfortunate that that happened. Okay, so let's back it up here. Well, what about the worm? Remember the worm that was downstairs? Okay, I mean, you probably already saw it while we were going through my discussion, but we're going to go to the center and we're going to take a look at that. So there's the worm, and it's directly below the junction for the trains. And we have the keepers. The keepers are there. They still have our swords. There are 3 of them that are sort of surrounding the worm, and then there's one directly above the worm. And another key point is that you can zap the keepers. You can zap them. They actually hold a charge for a few seconds, and they make these weird sounds, these high-pitched sounds, okay? So you can zap them. You can zap 3 of them. One other thing to note is that I don't think you can even get to this point without 4 players. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to do what we need to do here with less than 3 players. So I think it's definitely a 4-player thing. But like I said, I can't confirm that. I've heard from sources that say you can't even get to this stage without 4 players. And that would kind of make sense because the keepers downstairs would require 4 swords in order to be able to activate in order to kill the Shadowman, right? Yet another thing that I should note, and I apologize, I'm kind of all over the place with this, but there's so much information. When you activate the train will actually come in, and the worm is right in front of the train. So the train smashes the worm disappears for a few seconds, and then once the train is gone, the worm reappears. So one other thing that's associated with that, though, like if a player goes down, let's say you go back into human mode and you get downed and you actually bleed out, activating the train and destroying the worm and having it come back will bring back your players. They will revive your players and you'll be back in the game, even though it's not, in the next round, right? So let's cut to the chase. Someone had solved the final part of the Easter egg last night before we got to this point, and Hyper started getting that character or that model invalid message. And that's when I said, you know what, chat? Give us some hints. Give us some hints. So we eventually got pointed to this box right here. And look at the train rail. The train rail is now glowing blue. So essentially, we're electrifying the rails of the train, the overhead train. And then that box exists in each train station. At the top of each train station, if you zap the box, it will electrify the rails. What you need to do is electrify all 3 rails at the same time, activate the train, have the train come in, destroy the worm, and at the same time be zapping the 3 gatekeepers that are on the bottom, okay? The only difficulty with this is obviously you need 3 players that are in beast mode in order to zap the rails, and it only lasts, I think, about 25 seconds. So you've got 25 seconds before you lose your electrical charge on the rails. So you got to have 3 players in beast mode at each of the train stations to zap the rails coordinated. The 4th player is going into human mode right after that. While the other 3 players are mad dashing it for the center junction, the 4th player would go up there and they would activate the train or call the train to that station from another station. And then that's it. The train would travel. All the rails are electrified. The other 3 players are in the middle zapping the keepers. And that's basically how this step is solved. So here's a run where we actually did it. I'm going to be the human guy. So I've already told the guys to zap the rails. The rails are zapped. I'm going to go into human mode. I'm going to go up and call the train, and then I'm going to try to make it back into the middle. And they actually did it successfully. They all got back, and they were just zapping, like just tap, 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 zapping the keepers. And then once the train came in, this is basically what happened. So let's hear it.
All the screaming, Nero's dead. The victorious.
I'm so sorry. I really don't have time to explain. I have a universe to set right. Thank you, and goodbye.
And that's it, guys. We saved the world. Richtofen came and took the summoning key. What the heck's he doing here? Where'd he make that portal from? We gotta go back to the Giants and see where we can create the portal. But that's it. Now, I included this last step. It was kind of the same commentary that I had, you know, when I posted the individual steps. But it is probably the most comprehensive explanation of all the things that happen during this, you know, the unlimited beast mode, or unlimited beast mode round, or whatever you want to call it. All right, so I explained almost everything, and I just felt, hey, you know what, I thought it was a pretty damn good explanation of everything that's involved, so thought it would be most beneficial just to copy and paste it. All right, and that's it, guys. That is the Shadowman Easter egg in its entirety, step by step. We saved the world once again. For Richtofen to ruin once again. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Maxis, whatever. Those guys, we gotta kick their asses at one point. I mean, we gotta finish this, right? Maybe we'll finish this at the end of Black Ops 3. Who knows? Hope it helps, guys. Enjoy Shadows of Evil, Black Ops 3 Zombies, and go complete your Shadowman Easter egg. We'll probably be taking viewers through as well in the coming weeks. Maybe once a week we'll run it with a couple of viewers who haven't done the Easter egg yet, or maybe you have, who knows, and we'll just complete it and have a little fun on the map. All right, that's it for now, guys. I'm Spotter, and I'm out. Take care.